curtains glow with gold today. A brand new breath, a brand new way. I lace my shoes beside the door. The floorboards creak like they have before. The kettle's done, the coffee's warm. I step outside before the storm of thoughts can find me. The birch trees line the narrow lane. Dewdrops catch the morning rain, and every step feels light and clear, like all the weight just disappears behind me. I don't need a map to find my way, just the quiet and the start of day. First light on the window, painting everything in rose and gold. First light on the window, telling me a story yet untold. With my 2 feet on the gravel path I leave behind the aftermath. First light, everything feels whole. A neighbor waves from her front gate. Her garden blooms so early, never late. The sparrows argue in the oak. The world's alive and gently woke. Before the rush begins, I breathe the green of freshly cut grass. Watch the cycling school girls pass. And for a moment I'm just here. No calendar, no clock to fear, no discipline. I don't need a reason to believe, just the morning and the way leaves breathe. First light on the window, painting everything in rose and gold. First light on the window, telling me a story yet untold. With my 2 feet on the gravel path I leave behind the aftermath. First light, everything feels whole. Some days I forget how good it feels to just be still and let the world reveal the smallest things that matter most. A paper cup, a lamppost, a dog that runs beside the coast of the old canal, so perfectly posed. And I remember I don't need so much, just morning air and a gentle touch of sun across my face like this. First light on the window, painting everything in rose and gold. First light on the window, telling me a story yet untold. With my 2 feet on the gravel path I leave behind the aftermath. First light, first light, first light. Everything feels whole. The day begins so soft and slow. Let the golden morning go. I'll carry it wherever I go. I'll take the long way this morning, where the sun lands first on the road. I cross the street for no good reason, just to walk inside the season, where the light hits first at 9, where the shadows form a line behind me. The bakery just opened wide, that warm bread smell I can't describe. A woman paints her window trim, she waves at me from up the brim of her ladder, and I think the world is doing alright, even when it doesn't feel like it might. Sunny side of the street today, where the pigeons and the pensioners stay, where the flower stall is always bright, and the old man plays his harmonica right by the bench beneath the linden tree. Sunny side is where I wanna be, every morning, every ordinary day. I'll take the sunny side of the way. toddler tugs her father's sleeve, points up at something in the leaves. He lifts her up to see it clear. A red balloon caught over here in the branches, and I stop and watch them laugh. Capture it on my behalf, not with a phone but with my eyes, storing it beneath the skies of my memory. And I think the world is doing alright, even when it doesn't feel like it might. Sunny side of the street today, where the pigeons and the pensioners stay, where the flower stall is always bright, and the old man plays his harmonica right by the bench beneath the linden tree. Sunny side is where I wanna be, every morning, every ordinary day. I'll take the sunny side of the way. Somebody told me joy is something you have to earn, but I found it for free on a Tuesday by a flower fern. Just by choosing which side of the road I walk down, just by tilting toward the light and slowing my pace around this ordinary town that holds extraordinary grace in the angle of the morning on a stranger's face. Sunny side of the street today, where the pigeons and the pensioners stay, where the flower stall is always bright, and the old man plays his harmonica right by the bench beneath the linden tree. Sunny side is where I wanna be, every morning, every ordinary day. Sunny side of the street today. I'll take the sunny side of the way. The morning keeps on giving free to anyone who wants to see. I'll take the long way home, the sunny side alone. I push the latch and let it swing. The whole outside comes rushing in. Cool air arrives like an old friend, brings in the scent of the weekend. The garden's still a little wet from last night's rain. I won't forget how well it felt. The curtains billow soft and white, like they're waving at the light. A sparrow lands on the iron rail, looks at me without detail, then flies away. This is where I wanna stay, right here at the start of a brand new day. Open the window wide, let the world come rolling inside. Fresh and green and gold with dew, every morning feels brand new. Open the window wide, let the music of the outside fill the room with something real, better than anything I could feel from a screen or a page. Open the window wide. The neighbor's child is on the swing, she's singing something, everything is moving at a human pace. A postman tips his hat with grace. Down the lane I pour my coffee, standing here, and let the morning be so clear that all the tangled thoughts I had at midnight when the world felt bad just untangle. This is where I wanna stay, right here at the start of a brand new day. Open the window wide, let the world come rolling inside. Fresh and green and gold with dew, every morning feels brand new. Open the window wide, let the music of the outside fill the room with something real, better than anything I could feel from a screen or a page. Open the window wide. I used to keep the curtains drawn, afraid of what the light might land upon, all the things things I hadn't sorted yet, the half-made plans I tried to forget. But morning doesn't judge the mess inside. It just comes in warm and open wide and says, here's another go. Here is your light. Here is your window. Open the window wide, let the world come rolling inside. Fresh and green and gold with dew, every morning feels brand new. Open the window wide, let the music of the outside fill the room with something real, better than anything I could feel from a screen or a page. Open the window. Came back after all, sang something small beside the wall. I think that's how it goes. You open up and something shows.
The city wears a softer face when midnight settles into place. The traffic lights blink amber slow, reflected in the wet below. I drive without a destination, just me and my deliberation about nothing much. The radio is barely there, a saxophone fills up the air, and all the rush that ruled the day has gently melted all away into the dark. This hour keeps no secrets from me, just open roads and the right to be. City after midnight, blowing soft in neon in rain. City after midnight, where the beauty is a little plain, a little unguarded, a little undone, before it has to go back to being strong. City after midnight, this is where I come to belong. A diner window glows in gold, a waitress with a story old fills up a trucker's coffee cup. He tips his hat and doesn't look up from his paper. I park beside a riverside, a barge moves slowly dignified, its lantern tracing on the black, a path that doesn't need to come back anywhere soon. This hour keeps no secrets from me, just open roads and the right to be. City after midnight, glowing soft in neon and rain. City after midnight, where the beauty is a little plain, a little unguarded, a little undone, before it has to go back to being strong. City after midnight, this is where I come to belong. I've been carrying the day too long, wearing everything that went a little wrong. But out here under amber light and sky, I don't have to explain or reason why. The city doesn't ask me how I'm doing, it just goes and keeps on going. And somehow that's the thing I needed most, to be beside it like a quiet host. City after midnight, ooh, glowing soft in neon and rain. City after midnight, ooh, where the beauty is a little plain, a little unguarded, a little undone, before it has to go back to being strong. City after midnight, ooh, city after midnight, this is where I come to belong. The engine midnight in the lane. I hit the road before I had a reason. Just windows down and into the season. Route 9 bends through the hills like a river. The trees all shake and shimmer and shiver with the kind of light that only June delivers in the afternoon. I've got a thermos and a half-baked plan, a tank of gas and more miles than I probably need for anywhere important. But that's alright too. Sometimes the road is just the reason, not the destination, just the feeling. Windows down on Route 9, everything is perfectly fine. The radio plays something I half remember from a summer way before last December. Windows down and the wind in my hair and the smell of the pine trees everywhere. I could keep on driving till the road runs out, and I think that's what the day is about. A roadside stand sells peaches and honey, an old man waves, and it isn't funny how that one small wave can make you feel like the world is generous and real. I pull over just to stretch my legs. A tabby cat on the steps just begs to be ignored, but I crouch down beside her and she doesn't seem to mind. Sometimes the road is just the reason, not the destination, just the feeling. Windows down on Route 9, everything is perfectly fine. The radio plays something I half remember from a summer way before last December. Windows down and the wind in my hair and the smell of the pine trees everywhere. I could keep on driving till the road runs out, and I think that's what the day is about. I had a list of things I should have done. I left it on the counter with the morning sun, because some days are made for moving through with no agenda but the sky of blue and the curve of road that pulls you forward like a gentle hand into something you don't quite understand, but feel so glad to be a part of. Windows down on Route 9, everything is perfectly fine. The radio plays something I half remember from a summer way before last December. Windows down and the wind in my hair and the smell of the pine trees everywhere. I could keep on driving till the road runs out. Windows down on Route 9, that's what the day is about. The highway hums beneath the wheels, no better thing than how this feels. Just Route 9 and me, just windows down and free.
The kitchen smells like Saturday, and I've got nowhere to be today. I pulled the recipe card out, the one with coffee stains throughout, my mother's handwriting in blue. For the bread she always knew how to make on mornings like this. I measured out the flour slow and let the radio show play something from a different time, while the yeast begins its gentle climb in the warm bowl. There's no right way to spend the morning, but this one feels exactly like belonging. Flour on the counter, hands in the dough, the oven warming up below. A little mess, a little sweet, something simple, something complete. Flour on the counter, taking my time. Every golden morning that is mine is made of small things, soft things, real things. Flour on the counter is enough. stove goes in at 8:30. I set the timer, then I wait, with tea and the crossword half undone. The kitchen filling with the sun and the smell of bread. I open up the window slight to let the morning trade its light for the warmth that's pulling by the sill. And everything is good and still and unhurried. There's no right way to spend a morning, but this one feels exactly like belonging. Flour on the counter, hands in the dough, the oven warming up below. A little mess, a little sweet, something simple, something complete. Flour on the counter, taking my time. Every golden morning that is mine is made of small things, soft things, real things. Flour on the counter is enough. I used to think that I should always be producing something measurable, something worth showing, but I've been slowly, quietly deducing that the best things are the ones that come from going slow into a morning with no plan. Just flour in your two hands and a recipe passed down through love that's more than enough. Flour on the counter, hands in the dough, the oven warming up below. A little mess, a little sweet, something simple, something complete. Flour on the counter, taking my time. Every golden morning that is mine is made of small things, soft things, real things. Flour on the counter is enough. Flour on the counter is enough. The timer rings, the bread is done. Another morning, another sun. I slice it warm and slow and let the good day grow.
Ooh, oh. Oh, the city blurs to orange streaks when the night is at its peak. I took the long way back again, past the shipyard in the rain. The river's black and wide and still, and I'm exactly where I will. My mind a beat, the seat is warm, the heat is low. A jazz station on the radio. It isn't jazz I normally like, but somehow at this hour it's right for what I'm carrying. The night road holds me without asking why. Just me and the traffic and the open sky. Last exit before the bridge, where I always take a minute on the ridge of almost going home but wanting more of the city and its sodium lit shore. Last exit, I pull the car right over, wind the window down and lean my shoulder on the door and breathe the river in. This is how the long night ends and the peace begins. A tugboat groans below the rail, its wake a long unhurried trail. Somewhere a concert lets out late, a crowd spills warm into the gate of the night air. I see a couple on the walk, not kissing, not in love talk, just standing there like I am now, looking at the water somehow. Happy enough. The night road holds me without asking why. Just me and the traffic and the open sky. Last exit before the bridge, where I always take a minute on the ridge of almost going home but wanting more of the city and its sodium lit shore. Last exit, I pull the car right over, wind the window down and lean my shoulder on the door and breathe the river in. This is how the long night ends and the peace begins. I've been running the same route so long, I forgot to notice what's right where I belong. But the last exit taught me something true, that between the going and the getting through, there's a place where you can't stop the car. Look at the river, look up at a star, and not owe anyone an explanation for taking a detour to your own salvation. Last exit before the bridge, where I always take a minute on the ridge of almost going home but wanting more of the city and its sodium lit shore. Last exit, I pull the car right over, wind the window down and lean my shoulder on the door and breathe the river in. Last exit before the bridge, this is where the peace begins. I start the engine signal right, carry the river into the night. Last exit, last mile, carry me home in a while.
They grew without permission here, along the fence line every year. I didn't plant them, never meant for this much color to be sent up through the cracks and wooden slats. The red, the yellow, and the flat purple of clover. They just decided this was right, grew toward whatever little light the morning sent their narrow way, and bloomed regardless of the day or the weather. Maybe growing doesn't need permission, maybe all it needs is a decision to turn toward the sun. Wildflowers by the fence, coming up through the common sense of everyone who said this ground was too hard. Wildflowers in the yard, nobody's garden, everybody's view. Something stubborn and completely true, blooming because they had no reason not to. Wildflowers, I wanna be just like you. A child stops her bicycle to pick a fistful, typical of every child who ever saw a field of color without a law against the taking. She tucks them in her handlebar and pedals to wherever she are, heading in the afternoon. And I think I could use that kind of unbothered blooming. Maybe growing doesn't need permission, maybe all it needs is a decision to turn toward the sun. Wildflowers by the fence, coming up through the common sense of everyone who said this ground was too hard. Wildflowers in the yard, nobody's garden, everybody's view. Something stubborn and completely true, blooming because they had no reason not to. Wildflowers, I wanna be just like you. They don't wait for the perfect conditions, they don't need an audience or a decision from anyone above them or beside them. They just push up through the dark to find the light that's barely there and call it home, and turn the empty fence line into something that makes a stranger stop and take a photograph and feel, just for a moment, free to laugh. Wildflowers by the fence, coming up through the common sense of everyone who said this ground was too hard. Wildflowers in the yard, nobody's garden, everybody's view. Something stubborn and completely true, blooming because they had no reason not to. Wildflowers by the fence, I wanna be just like you. The fence stays weathered, worn and plain, but the flowers come back after rain. Each year a little more, a little brighter than before.
The neon bends in the rain outside, a red and blue tie. The city wears its rain gear well. Each puddle holds a story to tell of the couple who walked through in a rush and left behind a lipstick crushed paper straw. I'm watching from this window seat, a glass of something warm and sweet. The cafes have lit, nearly closed, but the girl at the counter hasn't posed any objection. The rain is making music on the glass, and I'm in no particular hurry for this to pass. Neon sign in the rain tonight, painting everything in borrowed light. Red on the asphalt, blue on my hands, a city that no one fully understands. Neon sign and I'm inside looking out with a quiet heart and not a doubt that this is exactly where I'm meant to be. Just me and the rain and the neon free. A man with an umbrella upside down, surrendered to the rain, midtown. He laughed and tilted back his face, let the drops just fall in place on his eyelids. I wanted to go join him there, but settled for just watching where his laughter went up in the dark and left behind a little spark that stayed with me. The rain is making music on the glass, and I'm in no particular hurry for this to pass. Neon sign in the rain tonight, painting everything in borrowed light. Red on the asphalt, blue on my hands, a city that no one fully understands. Neon sign and I'm inside looking out with a quiet heart and not a doubt that this is exactly where I'm meant to be. Just me and the rain and the neon free. Late nights like this have their own cathedral, the smell of rain and something sweet and seasonal. The hush between the downpour and the clearing, where the city drops its guard and starts appearing, is something you could love without condition. Not the skyline or the lights, but the permission to sit inside the rain and feel alright about being small inside the neon night. Neon sign in the rain tonight, painting everything in borrowed light. Red on the asphalt, blue on my hands, a city that no one fully understands. Neon sign and I'm inside looking out with a quiet heart and not a doubt that this is exactly where I'm meant to be. Just me and the rain and the neon free. The cafe dims, I gather my things. The rain still plays its quiet strings. Neon keeps its glow. I walk back out into the slow. The pan is on, the egg is in.
And this is where my day begins. I set one plate beside the sill where the morning sun comes in until the kitchen fills with amber light, and everything that kept me up at night fades a little. I slice the bread in careful halves and listen to my neighbors' laughs through the wall at something on the television. And I make a small decision to be glad today. Nobody is coming, that is fine. This whole quiet morning can be mine. Breakfast for one at 8:30. Coffee in my favorite mug that's slightly chipped but great. The window lets the garden in, and I'm not lonely, I am beginning something. Breakfast for one and the morning news, and all the small particular views of the day arriving at my door. Breakfast for one, and I want for nothing more. I burn the toast a little bit and scrape it over the sink. Admit that I do this every single time, and it is almost perfectly fine with butter. The marmalade is getting low. I write it down so that I'll know to buy more on the way back in from the walk I'm planning to begin. After this, nobody is coming, that is fine. This whole quiet morning can be mine. Breakfast for one at 8:30. Coffee in my favorite mug that's slightly chipped but great. The window lets the garden in, and I'm not lonely, I am beginning something. Breakfast for one in the morning news, and all the small particular views of the day arriving at my door. Breakfast for one, and I want for nothing more. There's a kind of love that people overlook, the love you give yourself without a book to tell you how to do it or a reason why. Just setting one plate down beneath the open sky of a Tuesday and deciding that the day belongs to you in every single way that a day can offer something real. Breakfast for one, and the right to feel. Breakfast for one at 8:30. Coffee in my favorite mug that's slightly chipped but great. The window lets the garden in, and I'm not lonely, I am beginning something. Breakfast for one in the morning news, and all the small particular views of the day arriving at my door. Breakfast for one, breakfast for one, I want for nothing more. The plate goes in the sink to soak. I pull my jacket from the hook. The morning's waiting still with its particular goodwill. The bell above the door rings twice, and everything in here is nice and slow and alphabetically arranged. The floors are wood and slightly uneven. The shelves are packed like they're believing in every single book that lines their face. A cat asleep on a suitcase by the window. I trail my fingers down the spines, reading half titles, little signs of someone else's vision of the world. A whole life or a voyage or a girl finding herself. I always leave with more than I can carry, and stay so long the afternoon turns starry. The bookshop on Elm Street on a Thursday, where nobody rushes and the dust is okay, where the man behind the counter recommends the kind of book that makes you start again. The bookshop on Elm Street, I can breathe among the pages and the stories that I need to carry me from here to somewhere else. The bookshop on Elm Street and its shelves. Find a novel green and worn, the cover slightly split and torn, with someone's pencil marks inside. A paragraph they underlined about belonging. I buy it and I buy a card for someone who is taking it hard. A little gift wrapped up in twine from the handmade section near the pine. Something table. I always leave with more than I can carry, and stay so long the afternoon turns starry. The bookshop on Elm Street on a Thursday, where nobody rushes and the dust is okay, where the man behind the counter recommends the kind of book that makes you start again. The bookshop on Elm Street, I can breathe among the pages and the stories that I need to carry me from here to somewhere else. The bookshop on Elm Street and its shelves. There's something about a room full of completed things, all the finished sentences, all the offerings from people who sat down and saw it through to the final page, the final word, the view from the other side of a story worth the telling. It makes me wanna start on something dwelling inside me that I haven't found the words for yet. So I leave with 7 books and no regret. The bookshop on Elm Street on a Thursday, where nobody rushes and the dust is okay, where the man behind the counter recommends the kind of book that makes you start again. The bookshop on Elm Street, I can breathe among the pages and the stories that I need to carry me from here to somewhere else. The bookshop on Elm Street, the bookshop and its shelves. The bell rings twice as I go out, arms full of everything that counts. The Thursday afternoon, the bookshop and the bloom.
The door to the roof is always open, if you know to push it when it's swollen from the heat. I dragged an old chair up the stairs because the view from up there wears the city like a different dress, less complicated, more or less like a postcard. The water tower and the spire and all the satellite dishes higher than any antenna should aspire to reach, and yet they all desire some signal.
From up here, the ordinary feels less ordinary. The city carries something necessary. Rooftop in the afternoon, between the chimney pots in June, where the pigeons hold committee on the matters of the city. Rooftop in the afternoon, a little closer to the moon, or at least to something wider than the 4 walls that divide my days into the small and forgettable. Rooftop and the sky ineffable.
A plane draws chalk across the blue, and I pretend I'm going to somewhere that begins with a vowel, or a mountain or a harbor with a lighthouse. But I'm also happy here with the smell of the tar and the atmosphere of someone else's barbecue, drifting over roofs in the avenue below me.
From up here, the ordinary feels less ordinary. The city carries something necessary. Rooftop in the afternoon, between the chimney pots in June, where the pigeons hold committee on the matters of the city. Rooftop in the afternoon, a little closer to the moon, or at least to something wider than the 4 walls that divide my days into the small and forgettable. Rooftop and the sky ineffable. Elevation changes your perspective, not your problems, but the way they sit more manageable from a height, like you can see around them in the light of a broader view, a wider map. From up here the urgency just gaps open wide and lets the air come through. Rooftop in the afternoon renews. Rooftop in the afternoon between the chimney pots in June, where the pigeons hold committee on the matters of the city. Rooftop in the afternoon, a little closer to the moon, or at least to something wider than the four walls that divide my days into the small and forgettable. Rooftop, rooftop in the sky, ineffable. The sun goes low behind the block. I pick up my chair and beat the clock of the coming dark. Back down to the stairwell, carrying the spark.
I took the long way, no excuse. Just needed time inside the loose. End of the evening. The street lamps on already now. Although it isn't dark somehow, the sky is that particular shade of pink and blue that hasn't faded from the west. I passed the fruit stall, orange bright. The old man closing up for night. He nods at me like I belong to this street and its evening song. And I do. Every step a little slower, choosing to arrive at something instead of losing the in-between. The long way to your door tonight, past the bakery and the amber light of the lamppost on the corner where the jasmine climbs without a care. The long way because I want to save the moment of arriving for the brave final step across your welcome mat. The long way to your door, and that's that. I stopped to read the menu board at the Thai place I can't afford on most nights, but this one I'll consider. The scent alone makes me feel richer than I am. I buy a flower from the stall, one stem, that's all, nothing more or tall. Just something for the kitchen table, a little color if I'm able to give it. Every step a little slower, choosing to arrive at something instead of losing the in-between. The long way to your door tonight, past the bakery and the amber light of the lamppost on the corner where the jasmine climbs without a care. The long way, because I wanna save the moment of arriving for the brave final step across your welcome mat. The long way to your door, and that's that. There's a version of me that always rushes, head down through the evening and his blushes. But I've been learning in the long way that arriving matters more than any Monday, of forgetting where I'm heading toward, of walking fast and losing all the bored, of small beauties in between. The long way is the best thing I have seen. The long way to your door tonight, past the bakery and the amber light of the lamppost on the corner where the jasmine climbs without a care. The long way, because I wanna save the moment of arriving for the brave final step across your welcome mat. The long way, the long way, the long way to your door, and that's that. The light is on, the kettle's on, I ring the bell, the short wait gone. Arrival was the song I was writing all along.
The kitchen light has its own kind of grace. It makes a warm and ordinary place something I wanna stay inside. I'm chopping onions, nothing deep. The radio has put itself to sleep on something instrumental and low. The garlic's in, the oil's below. The sizzle line, you'd think it wouldn't matter much, but there's a whole cathedral in the touch of a wooden spoon, and something good coming together like it should in the evening. Nothing fancy, nothing worth a photograph, just the kitchen and the after hours half of a day well used. Something in the kitchen light tonight that makes the whole week feel a little right. The smell of garlic and the radio, the particular gold of the kitchen glow. Something in the ordinary hour, between the effort and the simple power of a meal made slow and from the heart. Something in the kitchen where I start to feel like me again. I call a friend while stirring still. She says she's also at the grill. We talk about nothing the way friends do, while managing several things askew at once. She says her sauce is burning slightly. I say mine is coming together nightly, like a practice run for something great. And we both laugh at our estimable fate of being imperfect cooks. Nothing fancy, nothing worth a photograph, just the kitchen and the after hours half of a day well used. Something in the kitchen light tonight that makes the whole week feel a little right. The smell of garlic and the radio, the particular gold of the kitchen glow. Something in the ordinary hour, between the effort and the simple power of a meal made slow and from the heart. Something in the kitchen where I start to feel like me again. Cooking is a kind of speaking when the words are too hard to articulate. You cut and stir and let the heat do all the things you're meant to say but couldn't stay. And at the end set the table for yourself and say you're more than able to take care of the one who needs you most. In the kitchen light, I make myself a host. Something in the kitchen light tonight that makes the whole week feel a little right. The smell of garlic and the radio, the particular gold of the kitchen glow. Something in the ordinary hour, between the effort and the simple power of a meal made slow and from the heart. Something in the kitchen, something in the kitchen, where I start to feel like me again. I set one plate and dim the light, a small victory on an ordinary night. The kitchen warm and mine, everything is fine.
The record's on, the lights are low. There's nowhere else I'd rather go than right here. The dishes can't wait till morning light, and morning can't wait for tonight. We've got the whole house to ourselves. The cat asleep on different shelves than usual. You pull me from the kitchen chair, with flowers still in your hair, from the bread we have attempted before this whole evening got redirected to this. No occasion except the one we made out of a Tuesday and a serenade from an old record. Slow dancing in the kitchen at 11, with the overhead light on its lowest setting. Just your shoulder in my hand, the quiet understanding of two people who have found the kind of love that fits inside a kitchen dance. Slow, slow, this is everything, this chance to hold and be held in the slow. The song is barely 2 minutes long, but we stretch it into something strong by moving imperceptibly, the way two people gradually grow in a step. You hum along to the melody, off key in the best way to me. In the kitchen smells of wine and garlic, and the night outside is softly darkish and generous. No occasion except the one we made out of a Tuesday and a serenade from an old record. Slow dancing in the kitchen at 11, with the overhead light on its lowest setting. Just your shoulder in my hand, the quiet understanding of two people who have found the kind of love that fits inside a kitchen dance. Slow, slow, this is everything, this chance to hold and be held in the slow. Years from now, if someone asks me what love was, I won't say it was a grand gesture or a cause. I'll say it was a Tuesday kitchen floor, a flower in your hair and a record we'd heard before, and choosing anyway to stop and dance, to take the ordinary night and make it into something that the heart can't find its footing in. Slow dancing is how love begins again and again. Slow dancing in the kitchen at 11, with the overhead light on its lowest setting. Just your shoulder and